Hey everyone and welcome to the third part of the Pasture, the survival experiment developed with Godot for those who not only like to participate in game directly, but also to those who like to observe and make up stories using power of imagination. In the second episode we have already created the place where our future herbivorous animals could graze, grow and mate. Let's create another manager node in the main scene. Name it Prey Manager. Sadly but herbivorous not on the top of the food chain, so we will call them prey and specifically, cows. Annotate as export variable, starting number of cows in which we will set required to experiment number of entities. When the node is ready it will generate as many creatures as specified in the starting number. So, then to create a cow we need a location where this miracle will happen. Initially debug it with text version of location. Every newbie cow will get its position from the function getCowLocation. Basically it will be a method from Grass Manager, so, in future, we possibly will unify them in static function in global script. Let's get dimensions from the parent node. And these two variables we already have in Grass Manager. The only thing that will be unique is the name of margin to the barrier. Convenient keyboard shortcut, Control or Command on Mac and R, will simplify renaming several usages of variable. Okay, we are ready to test what we have by the moment. And in the output we have got 3 random locations. Let's check with different starting number. Now we will embody the cows. Create new scene with area 2D node. And collision and sprite nodes as its children. Texture to sprite we will draw in the Assaprite. If I didn't mention earlier you can choose any other animal and replace the cow. Maybe a rabbit or gazelle you consider more appropriate in that role. Meanwhile we have got a wonderful cow, which slightly resembles Leon Trotsky. In the cow script let's give it a class name so in future we will be able to address or autocomplete its fields and methods from another scripts. And now starts the embodiment of the cow. Make the instance of the animal, give it position, add it to the manager as a child node. And let's keep them in one place to make it easier later handle with them, thus append it to the cow's array. A little patience and we will see them in the flesh. It only remains to load the cow scene to the editor. Here we have 9 cows and can test with default number. The grass continues to grow, but cows look at it without much interest. So let's help them gain an interest in life. Initially give them 3 states: idle, like that we have already, graze, when they will looking for food, and eat, when they will consume discovered food. Next node we add to cow is food timer, which will determine when it starts to feel like where I could find something to eat. And at once, we give it a method which will return random feeding time. It will be one of the parameters that will regulate arbitrariness of this strange world. Adjusting these parameters will change the environment and outcomes. And what will happen when the timer will trigger the food timer timeout function? Firstly, after checking if we are not the cow, is in the idle state, change it to the graze state. And after that starts the next timer, which will determine how much time the cow will experience hunger. When this timer ends, unfortunately we will have to say goodbye to this cow. Certainly, we should prevent this from happening and give cows some tools and means to stay alive. For example, how to sniff and smell, but first, how to move. So, for this, we need 2 things. First, the direction. Thus, in physics process function, if the cow in graze state and does not have any direction, we will give it some random direction. In this function, we will find random vector and normalize it, or in other words, give it length 1. The second thing that cow needs to traveling is speed, or scalar value, multiplying which by direction, we get the velocity. And velocity in its turn is the value by which cow could change its position through the time. Use the delta to limit the velocity magnitude, or the cow starts rushing around like mad. Let's try it. Oh, we have 3 runaways. Hence, we should give them some restraint order. This will do the clamp position function. Maybe it will be easier to use the Godot in-yield clamp function, but for illustration prepare our own. Body wide will grow in future while the cow is feeding, and so the scale of the sprite will grow accordingly. Pass the pasture size vector in the moment when the cow is creating. In the function itself we will use conditions that will mirroring trajectories of the cows, like if they are pong balls, at this point it will be acceptable behavior. Let's try it with 3 default animals. It's working. Pong cows. Apply it with 9 cows. Excellent. We have taught our animals to graze, and on the next step, they will need a device for sniffing the air around them and knowledge how to use this beautiful and nutritious green grass. Have a great day and hope to see you in the next part.